Joining me now is author Jodi Walker, and she has advice on how you can use the lessons in golf to improve your relationship.
I wrote the book really to help women understand why men love the game and how women too can get into the game. So one of the realities is that having a family of golfers growing up with my dad a golfer, my brother a golfer, and then I later married a golfer, my husband being a golfer, I wasn't all that interested in it. And so it wasn't until later that I took it up really as a hobby and to really hope to have something more in common even with my husband to do when we retire down the road.
If a married man wants his wife to understand why he loves the game, what can he do?
Well, I think one of the things he can do is he can talk about it and help her understand. And one of the things that I did is I started watching golf on TV with my husband, so to understand the game a little bit more. So we would actually have a dialogue around it. And one of the tips that I give, for example, to women to kind of improve that communication process, for example, when the husband comes home from the game, she can say, you know, what was the best hole of the day? And that allows for a dialogue around it, as opposed to just saying, well, how'd it go? And if you had a good day, you might say, okay, fine, and that's the end of it. So there's no dialogue around this passion that the man has, that he spent 5 hours that he loves, because men have that, and women who golf also have that deep passion about it. But there's something that men really want women to know, and that is that they love that game. And it's interesting because they used words, when we surveyed the men, they used words like invigorating, soulful, peaceful. Now I have to tell you, that is how I would describe a spa. So we may look at things a little bit differently, but when women and men play golf together, there's some nice camaraderie there, but sometimes the men want to play with their buddies. They don't want to play with their wife.
Well, what if the wife wants to join and wants to learn golf? What do you recommend that she does?
Well, one of the things is if she wants to start playing, she's probably not going to go right out and start playing with her husband if he's been playing for a long time, and he's not going to want her to, probably. But my suggestion is to get involved with a women's golfing group. For example, Women on Course is one that I got involved with, and it's a great group. It helps women in the beginning stages of golf when you're just learning and you don't know a lot about it. It's a great way to network with other women and get involved in the game. And I always say, you know, take a lesson. Take a lesson, not from your husband. I said, if you want to avoid miscommunications, don't ask your husband for golfing tips. What you want to do is really go to a pro and get some golf lessons and get out there on the driving range, and it gives you an opportunity to kind of see if you're going to have an interest in the game. And even if you don't, you have a better appreciation for the love that your husband has for the game.
Okay. Now, who's going to like this book? Is this for the wife or for the husband?
I think really they both should read it, because I think the man really needs to understand the whole concept around, a little bit around women too, and the whole communication piece. But it's also to help women understand why the men love it and how they can get into the game. So there's a whole half of the book that talks to women specifically about how they can enjoy the game more.